Come to find out, when the ladder, the angels going up and down trees like that. Read your Bible.
Read your word.
PC levels. Oh, thank you. And it's just we're doing is a test. Test 1 2. My head keeps. It's a test. Test 1 2. Oh, test 1 2. Mic check. And we're mic check 1. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Relax, Relate, Debrief. I'm your older sister, Nikki.
And I'm your younger sister, Jackie.
And this is our YouTube channel podcast where we get together, two real life sisters that chit chat, talk, do what we do. And we are inviting you as the audience to join us. So if this is your first time and you have not subscribed to our channel, we want to go ahead and ask you to take a minute and go ahead and click that subscribe button, like right there, subscribe. And then while you're subscribing, go ahead and click that notification. So that bell, notification bell. So when we do go live and when we upload videos, I'm speaking existence. Like I said, when we go live, we ain't live yet. But when we upload videos, you'll be able to get the notification. So again, hit that subscribe button or hit that notification bell so you can get our notifications when we upload videos, which we try to do every week. We were off last week, 4th of July. I hope everybody had a nice time last week. Your time off. But we are back. We are back. We are back. Go ahead. We are back. Want to say thank you to all of our faithfuls, those that have been with us since day one, those that continue to watch us on a weekly basis and that participate. We want to say thank you to you all. We see you. We notice you. Listen, lots of love from the both of us. Thank you for supporting us. We appreciate it. Before we get started, in our current episode, we are going to open up with a word of prayer because we believe in the power of prayer. So go ahead and close your eyes and bow your head. Not if you're driving. Want to keep your eyes open, just ears listening. God, we just want to say thank you for this day. We thank you for yet another opportunity to come together, just to be an upliftment and encouragement to someone. I pray that someone's day will be made. They may laugh. May they have joy. May they think. May they reconsider. May they have, abundance of information that they need. And may they have the ability to share. I want to give your name the glory, honor, and praise. And as always, we can't do this without you. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
With that being said, we're going to get into our first segment, which is called Minute to Get In It. Jackie?
Yeah. You got a minute to get in it. You got a minute to get in it. A minute to get in it.
Hey.
A minute to get in it. 1 minute.
Okay. Thank you for that beautiful introduction. So this segment is called A Minute to Get In It. And what we do is take a minute just to get something off our chest, whether we're happy, whether we're sad, whether we're mad, whether it's something that's bothering us. And we hope that you can relate to this 1 minute. And guess what? We only get 1 minute to do it. Not 2, not 3. Tell your neighbor 1 minute. With that being said, Jackie, are you ready for your 1 minute? Oh. And you may begin.
I just wanted to say and express to our listeners and those that have been faithfully supporting us, I just recently realized that I reached the age where I can't watch television without the closed captions on. Know what these people are saying. I am doing, when I don't have the closed captions on, I'm doing more rewinding and leaning in than I have done in my entire life. So this is a new chapter for me, but baby, put them closed captions on for me, please.
I can't
so that I can hear what's going on. And there's nothing wrong with my hearing. I can hear. It's just that sometimes actors get on that stage and they're whispering. Like, what did you just say? And a couple of them are mumbling. And I watched a movie last night that I'm not going to recommend because I just thought it was actually quite not good. And And I was actually surprised at how confused I was at the end. But in addition to that, I found that in the middle of that movie, I had to turn on the closed captions. So if you're with me and we're watching a movie, that's where I'm at. Could you put them on?
Wow. So first of all, that's wild. Are you looking on your phone and not paying attention, or are you actually paying attention to the movie and you can't hear it?
I do both. So I could be on my
Mm.
phone, and that has nothing to do with me not being able to understand. Me being on my phone and watching television will cause me to miss completely. Like, oh, what happened? Like, literally, I have no idea what happened. That's more so with the phone. But when I'm watching, literally sitting there watching, and I just can't make out what you just said, or I have to now use the next four lines in the movies to use context to what I think you said, no. This could have all been avoided had you just put the closed caption.
Not this could have been avoided.
And I find that I'm fine with closed caption.
I don't. A closed caption be given like I can't really hear it. I don't really. I'm not gonna say I haven't used it because, like you said, some people are mumbling, and I'm like, "What did you just say?" And they be like, and sometimes the closed caption don't even get it. Okay, so I believe the closed caption be
Exactly.
making up stuff. So I do agree.
Or
Um,
when people have like really emotional scenes, like I used to still be able to understand. Like when Angela Bassett and the Jacksons finally told Joe she was done, she was like, I don't want you, I don't want you. I understood what she said. Nowadays, it's like, I don't know if the emotion was well, they be like, oh, you be like, what?
oh my
What
gosh,
happened?
that
And
is.
I'm like, is he saying he don't want? Is she saying he don't want? Like, no. So I don't know if they need pronunciation classes or if I don't know.
TV quality got to come up. I don't know what all was going
But is
on.
anybody else? Are y'all closed captioning it up for what you're watching?
Not on every time, everything I'm sitting down.
Oh,
No.
you just hear everything so clear, or do you just assume what they're saying, or you don't
No,
care that
I
much?
can't hear it. I don't struggle. Like I said, it's only in those like every like rare moments.
I've watched things with you where I've said, "What did they say?"
So
And
you
you,
asked me a question, I responded, and now you want to provide an example of how I do. I don't be knowing what they saying.
well, I just thought about it. I'm like, and I'm not saying that you use closed
I,
caption.
and I
I'm not
said
with you.
every now and again.
I'm saying I'm not with you all the time. I'm saying I have been sitting on the couch watching movies with you, and I've asked you because this has been ongoing for me. So I've asked you, what did they say? And you said, or you said, I think she said. And in some instances, there has been rewinding. So you
Okay,
know what? It was, and I was doing that a lot on their clone Tyrone. I was rewinding a lot.
but that was
I
funny.
couldn't understand John Boyega sometimes.
Who?
John Boyega, is that his name?
Here
Bottega?
you
No,
go, starting again. Not Bottega.
yeah, it's not Bottega. It's Boyega. I might be, I might be saying his name
I
wrong.
mean, y'all know this
I,
podcast is infamous for messing up people's stuff. We still
maybe
respect y'all, what y'all do. We
Boyega,
apologize for
John
that.
Boyega.
Okay, John Boyega. Boyega.
Unless is the Y silent, Boyega. Wait,
Don't ask me.
not me getting the accent with it. Is it John Boyega? Boyega, Boyega. No, wait, he's British.
Okay. With that being said, we're going to move on to my part.
Yes, ready for your minute to get in it? Your minute
Yes.
starts now.
Here's my thing. Dwayne Wade is supposed to be coming out with a nail polish line. I am sick of supposed straight men painting their nails. Like, I wish I would stop. I mean, everybody want to be free. I want to be fluid. I want to be. Can we just have something? Okay, the men have already come. They want to teach us how to walk. They want to teach us how to put the makeup on. They doing our hair. Now y'all want to come out with a whole nail polish line, and I'm pretty sure that men have already come out with that. I just don't know it. But it's just like in the last couple years, it's a lot of y'all that's getting y'all nails done. That like I don't understand what is the point. I don't understand what the enjoyment is for a man to actually get there. I'm not talking about you get your nails manicured. I don't have a problem with that. And then you come out with the clear polish. But y'all getting reds like us, y'all getting highlight colors, y'all getting all this other stuff. And then you want to have and then you want a wife or you want a girlfriend.
In it.
Like I just Dwayne Wade, like what are you doing? I'm not even gonna get into all that. I'm just saying.
Hmm.
Can the women have something for
Your
themselves?
preference is for your future spouse not to get his nails painted. Nothing wrong with that.
Yep. It's just like, can we just stop normalizing everything? I think that's my real like. Why do we want to normalize all of this stuff that just I'm just speaking out. It don't make sense. I don't care. Hate it or love it. It don't make sense. It's not normal. I don't care. Y'all trying to recreate what normal is and say, oh, this is normal. Wrong. It's not normal.
Mm.
I'm done.
All right.
Agreed?
Yeah, I don't want my dude with no painted fingernails either. I've never been into him having painted. I mean, you could get manicured, like you said, but I don't. I don't desire for us to come out with the same pink on our nails. I'll go to the nail salon with you all day, but not me getting neon orange and you getting blue. Like,
I'm
whatever.
just I'm gonna
But
stand on business. Like this just needs to be a separation. Just period. With that being said, we're gonna get into Jonathan Majors.
hmm
Jonathan Majors recently attended the Hollywood Unlock Awards. Child, don't even get me started on that. But anywho, some award show he was at, he received an award. And for those that don't know who Majors is, he was the young man that played in Creed 3. He was Michael B. Jordan's nemesis in the movie. He had was gaining some success there within that movie, gaining a lot of recognition, and projected to do very, very well in the industry based off of the things that he had done prior to. However,
hmm
he got caught up. He was in the wrong relationship, and unfortunately, he got a little tiff with his girlfriend, who happened to be non-African American, and she pressed charges against him, said that he was abusive, blah blah blah. We saw the video where he practically thought he was on Incredibles, and he was the son that sped around the corner because my man ran from that woman for a good 5 to 6 New York blocks, which is long. And he wasn't just trotting along; he was out. She was running after him. So we can clearly see that he was trying to run away from the situation.
Yes.
However, that being said, all that negativity came his way. People kind of shunned him, kind of felt his career was, perhaps over. It's just he hadn't been seen. In addition to that, a tape was released where he was then telling this young woman that he wanted her to be his Coretta as if he was Martin Luther King Jr. And well, America, I lost it because I didn't understand what he was talking about. He wasn't leading no revolution. We didn't hear no speeches from him, so I'm not sure how he could equate that woman to Coretta.
hmm
Either way, we're a few years past that now. He's starting to come back in the light, some other things. And he attends the award show, and our dear Iyanla is presenting the award to him.
What did you call her?
Iyanla.
Okay. The Hollywood Unlocked Awards. Hollywood Unlocked is owned by Jason Lee, and the awards are called the Impact Awards. And the award that he was receiving was the
Not perseverance. Through okay. So
Perseverance.
he
Wait,
what is
Perseverance.
it?
It's not hold on. Perseverance Award. So he
Take your
received,
time.
this is the fourth Impact Award ceremony, and he received the Perseverance Award.
The
I'm assuming,
perseverance.
I've never seen this award show in general, but I'm assuming that it has a lot to do with that it goes along with the title. So the Impact Award. So it talks about like the award categories, I believe, not 100%, but the award categories fall in line of actual social impact. So he received the Perseverance based off of what he came through and the impact that whole scandal had on him, and he pressed through it.
So he pressed through. He gets called up to the stage and he falls into Iyanla's arms, and he's a little boy all over again. He receives some backlash. Iyanla is receiving some backlash. What's going on today?
I don't know, but
In
Iyanla,
regards,
I mean, some people do call her that. I think it's Iyanla,
I'm
but
from Jersey. Iyanla.
that has
It
nothing
does. It does.
with if somebody tells you how to pronounce their name and you go, "I'm pronouncing it
She
this way,"
said
because
she say either way. Y'all call
she did
Rihanna
not say
Rihanna,
that.
and her name is Rihanna.
Right. And when you ask her
Iyanla.
her name, she tells you how to pronounce it. So if you're still calling her Rihanna, it's not because of where you're from. It's because that's what you want to
The
do.
accent. No, it's that has to do with my accent. Anyway, it's a Southern Jersey accent because I'm from South Jersey, not Northern. And so therefore, Iyanla was on the stage hugging him as he proceeded to boohoo and cry. She's wiping boogies from his nose. The stuff. So, do you think Iyanla was team too much?
So I think that here's what I do think. I do think that even though Jonathan Majors is like now currently kind of like coming like back out, and even when he was going through all of that, he was still out. Let me just say, I don't necessarily find Jonathan Majors to be like guilty, right? Like based off of the videos that have come out, like we have seen some videos of people
Did
that are straight rocking women. And I don't mean that in a good way. I mean straight abusing women. Hotel, elevator, drag. I'm not gonna say more.
Puff?
Why she should not us. So we have seen that. The case of that video that came out, and we haven't seen like much like behind closed doors, but when that video came out, it just seemed like there was some type of verbal thing going on, and when he was trying to grab his phone, that's what it looked like on the video, and then he's clearly running away from her. So I don't come from a place of like, and Jonathan, you're guilty, this is that and the other. However, I don't have much remorse for Jonathan because but that's what you chose though. It's like that TikTok. Ain't that your friend? Ain't that your friend? Ain't that your friend? And
Mm,
I just feel like what Dr. Umar be saying. That's what you choose. That's what y'all go after, and then that's how they do y'all. And Jonathan Majors is not the only example. Like Tiger Woods' ex had to get him. Like that's how they're gonna do y'all. We tend to put up with more than we should, but I'm just saying, I don't necessarily feel sorry for what you went through based off of that's what you were choosing. However, I do think that once all of his endorsements were dropping, he was being dropped from like major movies. I think when all of that was happening, I do think that is a lot on a person. Like for somebody to come out, assassinate your character like that, not we haven't really seen, I haven't really seen anything that shows that he's this terrible person or has been this terrible guy. If more came out later, but ain't nothing else came out that I've seen, that shows it. And I'm not saying that, I'm just saying like from what I've seen, it seems like there was a little bit of he was just with the wrong Becky. Um, and so in that case, what it costs him, and I think that's another reason why you do want to be conscious of your decisions at certain levels because you have more to lose than other people.
mm-hmm.
So
So
when you're
true.
looking, you don't necessarily have to just keep chasing after the same thing or chase after somebody that's well, that's separate. But I think that he lost a lot in that. And so I did find that seeing Jonathan Majors more as he was coming out, as he started his new relationship with Megan Good, and that became something that was public, I did always still feel like the whole thing was something that was always very heavy on him. Even when he, doing red carpet, standing next to Megan and trying to show that he's the great boyfriend and holding her purse and doing this, that, and the other. And they may have a great relationship and all of that's fine. But I would always feel like it's still like something that's just a little heavy on him. Like maybe like, were these people thinking? Like, it's just a situation of what it is. So when he walks up to get that award from Iyanla, um, it seemed like she didn't do anything. Like she literally went to hand him the award. She may have said something to him, and I haven't seen. But whatever, I don't know. I don't know if it was her just being a black woman that was just like, and she's like, she has like a motherly figure in addition to her career has been helping people heal, getting them through life's, tough obstacles,
Mhm.
um, doing her, what she considers her spiritual things, and all of that. That's what her career is. So I don't know, she said something to him, I don't know what it was, but he pretty much like immediately broke down crying like a little boy. And so, for whatever reason, I think that sometimes our older matriarchs, which is why, like, sometimes I really do miss like my grandmothers a lot. When you just have like an older, wise matriarch in your family, sometimes it's not when you're going through something that's heavy.
Mhm.
It's not really much that they have to say or do for you to feel like there's a safe space for you to release. So I don't have an issue with what Iyanla, because she responded to him. Because he could have went up there and just been like, "Thank you for giving me my award," and gave his speech. But he responded to her almost like motherly, like it was this mother hug, and this mother to tell him everything's okay that he hasn't got this whole time. And so that's what I thought the release was. I thought the release was him being like, somebody like it's finally like, that he could connect with, that he could, because everybody would not have had that effect if there was another guy up there giving him the award. He may not have broke down like that. I think that black matriarchs, and I think that our older, black women, I think that they possess something that is so safe and common that you can't do nothing but just let it out. So I don't know why either one of them are getting like backlash for all of this. There was coming a point where he had to let it out. Maybe he probably didn't want to do it, in such a social media light, but he needed to do it. And I thought it was actually good that he let it out. I mean, I didn't listen to the entire speech after that, but I didn't agree with all of the negative that came behind that.
I agree with what I agree with what you said. I did see some of the speech. He did acknowledge his mom, his aunt. So he has those matriarchs in his life that probably behind closed doors were doing just that, hugging him, talking to him, him through it. So, but now he's back in the spotlight. He's back getting this award. And I think a lot of emotions just came flooding at once. Like you said, now I'm out here now. People are talking about my new relationship. And, everybody's got something to say about something. But somebody's honoring me in a place where was once desolate, was once where everybody was abandoning me. Everybody was jumping ship. He was a hero. He was good. He was great. And then everybody just jumped ship. No, you're off this project. You're off that project. You can't do this. You can't do that. Even before he even got a guilty sentence. You know what I mean? They were like, nope, cutting ties. Everybody's worried about their reputation. And they don't want to be associated with somebody. And so for him, I imagine that there was a lot of emotions that he still has and still is processing through. And he probably didn't go up there, like you said, with the intent to break down and just be boo-hooing all like that. Because prior to this, I've never seen him when he's in the spotlight. As a matter of fact, he has presented himself as a little bit arrogant
Really?
when he talked. And that's why people would say, like, even when they were saying about when some of the stuff that was going on during the trial and some of the ways and his mannerisms. And it may not be that he was really trying to be an arrogant person. I don't know him, and I'm not saying that he was, but sometimes, people can misread, what it is and who you truly are. And I think in that moment, he really came there humbled to receive the reward, humbled that, there was someone there to hug him and be like, it's fine. Because at the end of the day, nobody's perfect. We all mess up. We all make mistakes. And some mistakes cost us. It may cost you a little, it may cost you a lot, but that'll cost you. And this one cost him. So when he fell into Ayanna's arms, now with the whole he's snotting and crying, I just would have handed him the tissue. She took it a step beyond. She wiped his nose, you know, But I do feel like people who have that like a maternal like grandmother kind
She's
of,
a grandmother.
huh?
I was saying, yeah, she's a grandmother.
Right. So I feel like she has that, you know, character or characteristic about her, like as a grandmother. You know, if I was sitting here and, you know, my grandma was still here and I was crying or something like that, like she would comfort me the best way that she knows how to. And like you said, and most of us that who have had our grandmothers, may have been your great grandmother, maybe your great aunt, your aunt, you've had people in your life that just in moments and times where it was almost seemingly unexplainable, that you didn't have to explain anything to them. They just felt and knew, and you just was like butter. And that's all. He went up there like butter.
But
Melted.
and I just think, like, in all fairness, we give grace. One of the things that I have an issue with concerning social media and people that obviously that have larger platforms that are in Hollywood, I hate the pick and choosing of who you give grace to.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and we've already talked about this. I'm not going down this rabbit hole, but even when we were talking with Will Smith, like the picking and choosing of who you're going to give grace to as if you've been so perfect is like infuriating. And honestly, even if it's like somebody on like just take 2 seconds. Like there is some stuff that honestly, no, I it's not about me giving you grace, it's about you dealing with the repercussions of your actions. Like the young lady who killed those three young boys and one of them was headed to the Minnesota Vikings in the NFL. You don't get grace, but you killed three people, you get the chair. I don't know the law that hard, but because I am tired of people being so reckless and so thoughtless, because it's too much and too many young people are being taken out by people's reckless thinking to their own thinking and then other people's reckless. So there I don't have a lot to extend to you. I don't. I mean, obviously you're in hiding, but like haven't seen the remorse from you or whatever. But I'm just saying, like, I'm not talking about those extreme situations. I'm talking about something as simple as like I don't have any grace to give Diddy. I just don't. Like because this is something that's been years, right? So like everybody has the potential to become a better person, and so I would never not say that. But as far as your time in the spotlight, you getting all of this support and attention, I think that's done. Focus on the years ahead of just continuing to be a better person. That's what I mean by like how you can effectively talk to someone without necessarily just simply literally just turning. Like he had an emotional moment because he accepted an award and like some of the stuff that y'all were saying was just disgusting. I'm like, what? Did you never need somebody to help you, like, you know what I mean, through something or through your bad? I'm not saying put Jonathan on a pedestal, but I'm just saying like sometimes it can just feel very unfair and people just have the amnesia that literally I'm like you literally forgot something that you've done in your life. That's what frustrates me the most about social media. People act like I've never.
You can. It's a lot of these keyboard bullies.
Keyboard.
Hiding behind your keyboard, typing your little sentences and your paragraphs to people. And it's just like you said, people deserve grace, and you know, I'm pretty sure he probably didn't even think he would ever get an award again. Because that's how bad people really made it seem like he'll never, and I'm pretty sure they probably said in Hollywood, you'll never work in this town again. I mean, I've seen that in the movies, so I imagine they say that in Hollywood. But I'll see
Well,
to
they
it.
immediately he started losing big thing. He lost
Yeah,
Marvel.
yeah, yeah, he did, and I
That ain't small.
no,
Big.
it's an unfortunate, but guess what? It's a lesson learned, and he can walk away saying he learned the lesson, and hopefully he truly did learn a lesson,
Yeah.
and he moves forward in life and just keep moving forward. We don't have time to dwell in our past. Like, I think we talked about this. I can't sit here and dwell about
Yeah.
all the things that I did. Man, that's in the past. That happened yesterday, 2 weeks ago. I did it. Next, keep it moving. So I
Yeah.
encourage you. I encourage you, Jonathan. I don't know if you're watching.
And you're more than welcome to come on this
If
platform. We're
you
not gonna bring
haven't,
that stuff up. We just want to kick it with you. Where you grew up. How do you, what do you like to do? What's your like, your cheat meal? Because Jonathan fit now. And did Megan always have them abs that she walking around here promoting her latest movie with?
Oh,
I'm like,
she is letting people know that that is due to Jonathan.
she said that for real?
Hmm? Like it's working out
No,
with
because
him.
I was sitting there like, you know what? I probably, instead of having so many issues with Jonathan, I need to get with Jonathan. Because
Hello.
I was like, whoa. And if you saw Creed, you already know what Jonathan's abs is giving.
Right. So I
Like that, he is shredded.
imagine their regimen is very rigid, fasting and working out. I'm trying to get there, but right now it's a meal and working out for me. Um, or
What?
it's a meal and then I'm working out. So, uh, no. Well, that means that though, uh, best
You're
wishes
welcome to the
to
show, Jonathan.
Jonathan. Now,
Kick it. Let the regular folks like us just get to know you for who you are, and we'll continue supporting you moving forward. But just come
correct,
kick it with us. Don't relax, take to breathe.
correct. Now, Representative Maxine Waters made it to the news today because she was on TV shifting her wig.
Okay. Not too much on Maxine. Not too
I
much.
just want to say I support her because as y'all can see, I've been shifting this hat that's sitting up upon my head because it
Stop
keeps.
talking about that thing.
It does. It looks crooked. It looks crooked every time I'm looking at it. If you see me like doing like this, it's because I think it looks crooked, so I'm pulling out. Ladies and gentlemen, just know by the next episode, this won't be sitting up here.
Oh, when do you get your hair done?
I don't get it done till next week, but this ain't next episode.
Okay.
So I just wanted to say I stand with Maxine on today. And she didn't really shift it like how I thought she was. I thought she like did a whole turnaround. All she did was like she was moving a couple of girls out the way.
Let me tell you what Maxine did, and it's so relatable. And I was like, "Yo, not too much on the auntie," because when you're looking in the camera at yourself, it's this thing with Blanche from Golden Girls, and it was like me on a Zoom, me and looking at all my. That is me because, like, see this right here. I want to tear this knot out so bad. Like, I understand what Maxine is going through.
That's what I'm
Like,
saying.
sitting there, and I think the part had too much of her forehead.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Oh, like when you have a big forehead, you be like, oh, you don't like your forehead kind of."
No. Or if them curls look
What
aggravating,
the thing
they look
was
like they was aggravating her. Like, look.
the whole time that she was fixing that bang, they was asking her a question. Let me tell you something. She didn't miss a beat. When they was like, "So what do you think?" She was like, "I think we need to." She answered it, baby. She was literally in that camera like.
No, because this would have been me concentrating on hard. And they would have asked me a question. So what do you think? I said, huh?
Like, see, like she was in the mirror in her bathroom getting her hair right. Oh, she was.
Baby. And she got it.
The camera is rolling, and she was.
She could not.
She got it right though.
And did. And did.
Maxine, we stand. We understand.
stand.
'Cause we always on this show trying to get our hair right. In this
Okay.
camera.
I'm always looking like, oh, ooh, this is, ooh. But that's the joys of being a woman. Talking about being a woman. Question.
Yeah.
So many things I did as a girl that I will never do as a woman.
Mhm.
What's one of those things?
Wait, what?
No, not you, Senator.
When you said it,
I said so many things I did as a girl that I will never do as a woman. What's one of those things?
Oh, okay. For me, there's a couple of things, but the main thing for me is allowing my insecurities to hold me back from actually doing things. Like I don't be holding back from doing nothing now. I'm the life every time I walk in a room.
Come on.
Will be and will continue to be. I don't care if I'm upset about this, if I'm upset about my arms, if I'm that's not holding me back from living. No, not no more. Not like how we used to. Mm-hmm.
So you just
So
free to be me.
yeah,
What you saying? You done got
free to
delivered.
be think what you think, feel how you feel. Because another thing too,
Mhm.
you realize coming into being a woman is that people gonna have an opinion. It does not matter. It doesn't matter. Anytime that something is going on, especially if you're like in like media or if you're like even if you're putting stuff out as an influencer, like I look at people that are like influencers and they put like their content out and I'm like, I literally need to just keep going and keep doing it.
Exactly.
Like they do it without any reservation. It's not even the best. It may not be the best lighting. It may not be the best this. It may not be the best that. But I'm just doing it. Somebody gonna have something to say, I'm sure, and it's just gonna be what it is. And now as a woman, I get that. Y'all gonna have something to say. If you get into out of pocket, I'm gonna just turn the comments off and keep it pushing. But I'm not gonna not do something and allow my insecurities to dictate. No, you don't dictate nothing over here.
I agree. I agree.
Like, you know that you had that hat on your head. Did that stop you from recording tonight? No. And it shouldn't.
I don't. Wait a minute. That's not what I was agreeing to. Wait a minute. Oh, what we're not gonna do is we don't need to bring this.
No,
That's a
I
different
was,
segment. We don't need another example of
we
what.
just talked about it. So I was just saying, like, you know, no, that's not stopping you. Get on this camera. You are a beautiful woman and be like, so I may not like my hair. And guess what I have the ability to do? Change it. And I will do it. But for now, I'm going to record this episode. Like that.
Thank you.
It didn't, like, sometimes people can be, and I have been here and been in this position, we can be so hard on ourselves and so critical on ourselves that we do nothing. No, don't do that. Don't
Yeah.
live like that. Get up and do something. If you want to go, I'm getting up and I'm going and I want to go ride a kayak or whatever, whatever you want to do. Don't be sitting there being like, well, people gonna be looking at me and say I look like this and there and say I'm doing. They're gonna say that anyway. They're gonna say that anyway. And even the finest people, look at Jennifer Lopez now. Now they zooming on her. Talking about, oh, she getting old
Oh,
after
she
all this
is.
stuff. She done got all these accolades. People gonna say something anyway. They've been giving her her flowers and her accolades for 50 years. All of a sudden, people decided we don't like J-Lo that much.
Yeah.
We're not gonna see her on tour. And actually, you're getting old. Like they gonna have something to say. And you know what I like about Jennifer? She getting on her boat. She getting on her yacht. She, not with her husband, but she's still living, whether my husband come or not. Like you can't stop.
I agree. You can't stop. I think for me, something that I did as a girl, young lady, that as a woman, I am no longer doing, not speaking up for myself. I'm no longer taking a back seat.
What is good?
A lot of stuff that come out of my mouth. I know people like you reckless. I'm not really reckless. I'm just speaking up for myself and I'm standing flat foot on it. I'm not trying to be offensive to anybody. That's never been my thing, and I've always been worried about other people's feelings, and then come to find out people don't really care about my feelings. And so at this point in time in my life, I don't have time to be that little girl that doesn't say anything until it just swelters up and then it goes overboard. No, we're gonna address it while we're here. So that means at work, that means at church, that means in a grocery store, that means in my home. Nikki speaking up.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think people should speak up, and I think that there's a way to speak up, like you said, without being reckless. It's when you speaking up and just doing too much that it's like this don't have nothing to do with what you was doing as a child. This is actually just aggravating. You need to go figure that out. That's different, and that's not what you're talking about. But some people that literally just don't say nothing, I'm glad those people like yourself find your voice.
Yes.
You're allowed to have an opinion. You're allowed to feel how you want to feel, and it's not combative or an argument. Like you know, people work on those things, and I think it's great.
Thank you.
That's how I feel about that situation. Like some people could look at Jonathan Major's situation and just feel like, no, he's done. I'll never support anything that he does. Cool.
And like you said, there's always going to be people who don't support. So move
Always.
along. And thank you to the ones that do support.
Yeah.
I th-
Another thing I did as a girl that I will not be doing as a woman, I'm not going back and forth. I
okay.
won't.
Back, forth, and forth.
Places I'm not going. That's back and forth.
Mm-hmm. You're not
No,
tussling. I understand.
no. I'm not disrespecting. I respect, but I'm not going back and forth. I'm very much Nene Leaks. I said what I said.
Mm-mm. So you giving that red cup energy.
Hmm. With the raspberry lemonade icy.
Okay.
Hold on. Did
Standing
you
on
hear?
business. I understand. Yeah, we got it the first time. Thank you.
Oh,
I know you stand on business and all, but okay. Not too much, all right? But yes. I don't know what else did I do. I think for me that was the major thing. Like I was just very quiet and like being like now I'm saying I ain't gonna be like I'm not this like fully outgoing person, but I've definitely come up out of my shell.
hmm.
I don't see myself retreating because it's just as you get older you just talk more and you socialize more and you do things more. I think. Well, I mean I know that's what I've been doing, right? So I'm coming out the house more as a woman. I said it.
Okay. Okay. What's the next? I
All
just.
right.
Okay.
Now I'm just getting simple. I know. I was saying.
You know what? I'll be out the house more
I'm
as a
gonna be
woman.
out the house more.
I was out the house as a girl, and now I'm out the house as a woman.
Hello. No, I was in the house as a girl, but as a woman,
No man,
I'm in these
nobody
streets.
wanna when he see
I ain't in these streets, but I'm outside. But due to the weather, I'm not outside as much.
honey. And I put up a post about this, and I have already let my friends know. Do not come over here and talk about, oh, you want to go out to eat? Do you want to sit outside?
Where? Who doing that? No.
We went to the restaurant down at the water, and they sat us by the door, and even that was. I was like, wait a minute, are y'all being racist? It's hot by this door.
There was
They
not.
weren't at all. They were obviously clearly very busy, but I was like, oh, it's so hot.
What I want people to stop doing, stop bringing your dog on dogs in the freaking restaurants.
Please stop. You know what I will say?
Mini rant.
If you're sitting outside and you have a
That's
calm dog,
different. Yeah.
go out and sit outside with the dog and eat your food or on the outside patio or whatever. But inside the restaurant where it's contained,
It's
keep the dog.
given unsanitary. Unsanitary. Do what now?
And for those restaurants,
What you
well,
say? What did you just say?
keep the dog home.
Yes, please.
And if you're like, hey, maybe your dog has separation anxiety, you don't want to leave your dog alone, and when you go searching for a restaurant, you decide find a restaurant that has outdoor seating, outdoor patios, and can accommodate your wanting to bring your dog. Because guess what? There's a lot of restaurants that I bet you don't pull that stuff.
Right.
Don't nobody be bringing their dog into no chop house.
No. These upscale restaurants, you want
Nope.
to come to these regular restaurants bringing these animals. Like, stop it. If you want to
It's
come
not.
out to
It's
eat, your
not fair
dog will
enough.
be all right. If your dog won't be all right, then you might need to find another dog.
Oh, not too much on the dogs.
All right. I said I'm speaking up more, but because
And if the dog isn't all right, then maybe you need to find another dog.
I'm
Well,
because I'm saying
you
if
learn your
you
dog.
if you're somebody who likes to go out and your dog always has to be out with you, maybe that's not the dog for you. Is all I'm saying.
Exactly. That's my thing. Like, you learn a dog's behavior. Once you do that, having a dog, two things, or having a pet, but the pets are, that's not the restaurant issue, is not so much the pets, it's y'all bringing these dogs. But
Right.
having a pet is number one, not cheap, and number two, you have to figure out the best way to care for that pet. Sometimes there's some animals that you want to go out, you want to be free. Depending on the pet you get, you may not be able to do that. And that's on you. Why do we all have to suffer with your dog in the restaurant because you didn't recognize what you was getting and
Exactly.
your breed of dog? Like, some dogs are more clingy than others.
Just saying. Do your research. So anyway, we're gonna get into. We talked about Jonathan, but now we're gonna talk about his other half, Megan Good.
Uh-huh.
Not in relation to them because nobody care about them being together. Okay, do y'all?
Oh wow.
She was on Club Shay Shay today. You know, Shannon Sharp has a podcast, very well known. And in this particular clip that I saw, she talked about Perry being the first person to pay her worth.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the first time we've heard that Tyler Perry has paid someone their worth as an actress, as a black actress, excuse me. Taraji has said the same thing. You know, she not too long ago was crying and boo-hooing about the unfairness of Hollywood actresses being paid, you know, them putting the work in, yada, yada, yada.
Mm-hmm.
And while I agree with what they're saying, I just don't think it applies to just Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
I think in general, as a black woman, as a minority, the pay isn't equal. I feel like we say, yeah, okay, I put in 15 hours a week. I mean, excuse me, not a week because that's not work. That's a part-time job a day. That's what they say. Some of our days are 14 and 15 hours a week, a day, and blah, blah, blah. You know, conditions aren't met. We should be having this, and we don't have that. You know, what was it? Taraji and them wanted a car to take them to work. You know, there was just all these different things all these different expectations of when they're filming and the things that they're supposed to have, that if it was their white counterpart or if it was a male, they would not have the same experience. Megan Good in particular talked about she's a childhood actress, and from childhood acting up until now, it's really saying something to say I've never got my work, because she's been working. She's been, you know, in films, in TV shows. She's been working, and to have never got her worth. And I often wonder, well, what is it that you think your worth is? Like, because when I said on my job, I said the same thing. I don't get paid, and you hear people all the time, I don't get paid what I'm worth. But like, so what is the measurement to what we say, this is what I'm worth, or this is what I should get paid?
In my opinion, experience.
Okay.
I think that's one of the things to measure. If I'm 40 years old and I've been doing this since I was 8, yeah, pay me. Cause I'm not coming to your set as a rookie. I've been coming
Right.
to I've been coming to set since I was 8 years old. Not only pay me, and I don't care if you've seen every movie I've done, every television show I've done, but like in Hollywood's world and in, you know, regular life working world, we need a resume.
Right.
Looking at the resume, pay me. I think Megan Good has an excellent resume. I think Taraji P. Henson has a great resume. So why are you not paying them?
Again, what dollar amount? Like, so seriously, what dollar amount really makes your
Well, that's
worth?
Hollywood and working in regular corporate America is not going to be the same.
No, I know.
You're dealing with two totally different budgets. So depending on the budget, depending on what I'm doing, if I'm taking the money on the back end after the success of the movie, which I've heard Kevin Hart talk about that he was taught, which is what Jason Weaver's mom had him do on The Lion King, best move that was ever made for him. So when you start talking about what is the worth, you have to look at, in that realm, the project that you're doing and who you're working with. So if I'm working with Sony versus an independent film, if I agree to help an independent black creator out, I'm not going to run them dry,
Hmm.
knowing it's just independent. I'm going, and because of my, you know, who I am. And I'm going in there talking about, okay, so it looks like y'all have a $500,000 budget. Well, my fee is going to be $395 of the 500. Like,
Bye.
okay, so that's that's different. But when I'm dealing with Sony Pictures, when I'm dealing with Lionsgate MGM and all of these production companies pay me. What is the movie? What is going to be required of me? I have to come on set for how long? I have to, because my movies take longer than others to actually produce. How long will I be on set? I'm going to have my trailer, my this, that, and the other. My fee to complete this movie is this cost. Let me tell you what I would be putting into my cost. If I'm doing like some animated thing and you're going to have me in, like if I was in Bridgerton, the Queen, you putting me in 40-pound wigs and I'm walking around in for the, no, that's getting added in.
Oh wow.
That's labor. That's what? That stuff they be putting on her is heavy. She had a whole pack. They had to put a electrical pack that ran up the side of her because inside of her wig there was these swans going around.
I need it.
It was actually neat. But now you're putting electrical on me. Okay, so I'm kind of putting myself in hard. Okay, that's gonna be added up. I think like labor workers, people that go and make sure that your bridge is being maintained. You want me 15,000 feet in the air so that you can make sure you're getting. No, you're gonna pay me.
I agree.
I think that you need to look at what you're doing, who you're working with. If I'm in corporate, like when I first walked into the door and I was joining, I was like, hey, I'm just gonna learn, blah blah blah, whatever. I was a processing assistant. I made like $27,000 a year. I wasn't making no money. However, I didn't have the experience, so I didn't have a demand there. Then I was like, one of the processors left. I told the VP at the time, let me try processing. There's more money in processing, blah, 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 whatever. I'm thinking, and they were like, and I'm like, and pay me, what you pay the processors. And they were like, well, technically, you will be what we consider a junior processor.
Right.
You don't have the experience as these other people. So and I was just like, all right. And it was right. They was like, so you're a junior processor. They paid me like, no, at that point, they was paying me $27,000 a year. And they were paying regular processors anywhere from 40 to 45,000. This is years ago. So I'm like, cool. Now, I'm going to tell you where I ran into an issue. When I sat down and they handed me a pipeline that was identical to the processors around me. If those processors had 70 loans, I had 70 as well. In some cases more. Where's the junior come in?
Right.
If I've got to be learning and I have to be built up to what I know, everything should reflect that. So I should have less loans because I'm in teaching mode. I'm in training mode. I should have, dumb people gave me almost 80 loans. Then I closed, because I am a fast learner and I closed like 60 something in a month loans. And I was like, whew, because I was catching on. I was getting them loans in and out the door. But when I sat down and thought about it, I was like, this is not right. Because I actually closed more than your regular processor sitting on the floor, making almost 20 grand more than me. So, do you know what they did? They called me to the lobby. They called our whole department to the lobby. They congratulated me on such an impressive month. And they handed me balloons and an award for the month that I have to give back at the end of the month so the next person can win it. When I tell you I never quit so fast, because balloons, I had to come in here at 6 o'clock in the morning on Saturdays and be working because that's how much you had on my plate. Balloons aren't paying me that gas money. Like balloons aren't like, no. I went to go work at the other corporation who not only was I going to apply as a processor, but if I would have closed 60 loans with them, I would have had commission on top of my salary. I'm like, oh wait, there's levels to this? Yeah, some people pay you commission. And I went to go there and they told me, unfortunately, it's a no because you don't have the experience. Now I'm talking about, I went to go leave them after like 2 months, 2.5, almost 3 months of processing. It wasn't that I did not process long at TD Bank. Well, processed long with them. And they told me, you don't have the experience. Like, we're not going to bring you in. because like it's very busy. And if you know anything about the mortgage world, there's ups and downs, there's bubbles. You get refinance bubbles, purchase bubbles, depending on the rates. It can get very busy. It's like we're too busy. We need people with experience. And I was so defeated. I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, because it actually kind of made sense. I've only been doing this for like 3 months. And then I talked to my mother, who was like, so tell them in the little bit of time that I have been doing it, this is what I've accomplished. And I'm so good that this company just awarded me whatever award they gave me, blah, 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 whatever.
That you gave back?
Huh?
The award that you gave back?
And they said you had to give back. So I emailed them people and I was like, while I understand that there's a certain amount of experience that you're looking for, boo, 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 boo. This is all that I've done, all that I've accomplished, and this is more than enough to let you know that I'm capable of doing the job. And she was like, when can you come in for an interview?
And did?
And worked there for like 12 years and kept getting more and more money.
See, here's the thing that I'm just like coming into the thought of and knowledge of. I'm just not sure corporate America is for me. Because I feel like it's always going to be, you can only make so much and you got to have this experience. You got to have this degree.
Yes.
When ultimately, I feel like, yeah, I'm way worth more than that. And I shouldn't like every year you inch me up just a few, but then you make the goal higher. And then you have the people that you stay so long in position, you reach the cap. So then you don't even get no more. So then you got to start thinking like, nah, it's got to be something better. Mm-hmm. So like better and bigger. And so, which is why I understand the grind of the actresses that continue to act and to continue to go, but and then turn your money into something more than just doing acting. Like I need to be able to invest, have a portfolio, have income coming in, because the projects don't be rolling in like that either. Because we can look at Alvin from the Cosby Show, who was in a Starbucks or in a store or Trader Joe's. He was in Trader Joe's. People like, oh, wasn't you an actor? I was. The jobs wasn't rolling in. And so I have to do what I have to do to survive. And a lot of them say that. They do what they have to do to survive. It's only a small amount of individuals that actually get the money or get the, they get famous, but they actually get the money. And though they are men. They're your Kevin Harts. They're your Tyler Perrys. Oprah was an exception because she was talk show host.
Tyler Perry's an exception because he doesn't get nothing from nobody.
Exactly.
So Tyler Perry is somebody who I don't care what you think about his movies, his plays, anything. I truly do not care. To listen to that man tell you about his experience from a child, about his experiences doing plays, to doing plays that nobody showed up to doing plays and him doing everything out of his own, and to listen to him get into Hollywood and dealing with people that were telling them, we don't want this many episodes because we don't want you to go on syndication because we don't want this. Like, all of this stuff. And he was like, forget it. I'll do it myself. He is an exception to the rule because he was always dealing with what they're saying that they were dealing with. And there's a mindset, I will say. Absolutely. There's a mindset that you have to get to come out like Tyler did. Absolutely. Every time I see somebody drive up to Tyler Perry Studios and it's that huge, really grand, like, front courtyard that you're coming up to, and it's welcome to Tyler Perry Studios in the electronic graphic and stuff, I'm just like, listen, how do you comprehend that when you were sleeping in your car? Right. Like, it's a mindset. It's definitely you ain't got time to be sitting there. And it is, it's a mindset, and it is God, because he will even tell you. He was like thrown in the towel, and God was just like, no, I know it's hard. And I would even say, I know it's hard, but I got something for you to do. Child, that's how I be talking to myself. Hello. That's how you have to, like, for real, like, you can either be content where you're at and, like, be like, yeah, I'm satisfied. I got a 401k that's barely doing anything. Like, I seen a text message not text message, like a post or somebody said, like, real talk, I'm 49. I don't have a 401k.
I don't have any savings. I got about $90 in my regular checking account, and I have no idea what I'm gonna do by the time. Like, so it looks like where am I going in life? I'm almost 50 years old at this point, and all I have to do is look at corporate America and wait for them to provide something for me. When nah, I want that mindset that's like, no, I'm gonna grind until I could become and it don't matter my age. Because I'm not even looking at my age. Yeah, I get it. They did it in their 20s. It's a lot of stuff I should have did in my 20s that I didn't. But as long as I got breath in my body, as long as I got the activities of my limbs, and I'm in my right mind, oh, I'm gonna get out here and do something about my life. It don't have to be this way. And it's not even about material things or things of that. It's about, to me, for me right now, it's about passion and happiness. Like when I get up every morning, what am I passionate about? What is it that I want to do? What is it that I'm satisfied with doing? Because that was also their passion. And it wasn't easy. Like you said, he wanted to give up at times, a lot of no's before he got yeses. But he finally made it to the point where I don't care what y'all say. It's my studio. Like, y'all come to me to use my studio. You film your films at my studio. And you pay me what you didn't think that I was worth.
He's able to create jobs for Black people,
Correct.
take care of Black people in Hollywood, and he always said, "You can get 1,000 no's, but once you get that one yes from God, change your life."
That's what
And I have said that before. I'm like, you can look at people and see. I've used Tabitha Brown. I've used Keith Lee, that are living completely different lives than they were living just 4 years ago,
just
when
being
they finally
obedient.
got the one yes from God.
Correct. Yep. So that's why you're going to see a video every week from us till this thing blow up. And then once this thing blow up, you still going to see a video every week
We're gonna be with James and Fuhad in the UK.
doing what we do. Because I'm passionate about this. I'm passionate about what we do. I'm passionate about reaching people, having conversations. Like, think about it. 10 years ago, 15, 20 years ago, we wasn't really having conversations like this. Yeah, there might have been people starting up on YouTube, but nobody was really sitting down, talking, having open conversations, being open and honest about going to therapy, mental health, depression, anxiety. We wasn't talking about that.
I'm proud of the community and the culture for breaking through
Yes,
the whole what goes on in this house stays in this house type of deal.
exactly.
And realizing, like, nah, actually we need to be talking, because we're going through some stuff, and that none of this is resolving to anything.
Nope.
People just dying, leaving the world, and like nothing's resolved. You got all this mess going on, secrets and all of this stuff. Like, yeah, no. So some people still feel how they feel with that regard, and you don't have, like I was telling you before, you don't have the right to tell people, like, no, this is what needs to be done, this is that and the other.
Right.
But what you can do is take yourself and move forward and say, I'm moving a different way. That's okay to me. I've done it.
And doing it.
I
And
choose
still doing it.
to move a different way. My foundation and my morals are what they are, but there's some things like, yeah, no, we gotta get some knowledge and get some things under our belt, and we need more Tyler Perry's that's got the land and the jobs they're offering, and we need more of them.
Exactly. So that ends our episode. I hate to see y'all go, or me go, but I'll be back again. Like my cousin always say, don't cry till you see me. Again, thank you all for tuning in and joining us on this episode. Hopefully you got something out of it. Share. So if you have somebody that you want to send it to, go ahead, share them. Let them know about us. Again, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Make sure you like this video. Get them likes up. Thank you for the views. Again, always thank you for your support. And until next time, bye.
Yeah, I like my shirt. It's from Zara.
It's all right.